Welcome to Bare and Aware, the podcast for the women who live in alignment with their truth. Today, I am welcomed by my guest, Adrienne. She is a mentor to unicorns and a pioneer of the New Earth elite. Adrienne is known for Cosmic Cellular Breathwork, which is her modality that combines breathwork and astrology. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the New Earth movement and why it's more important than ever to really activate and take action in 2026. Welcome, Adrienne. I am so excited to have you here.
Well, thank you.
And
Grateful to be here.
great. And so you say that you are a mentor to corns, and the New Earth Elite. And I would love to get started with what does that mean?
I'm a mentor to unicorns, so the people that I serve, you're a maverick. You're not like everyone else. You're not even the black sheep of the family. You are the rainbow sheep of the family. Um and you're incredibly rare, you're incredibly potent, you're likely misunderstood, and you're here to birth a brand new paradigm on our planet. And the movement that I'm here to steward to pioneer is the New Earth Elite. It is a group, it's a soul pad of these unicorns that are here to create elite results. Like, no more floaty mystics who never build anything, no more people who are only in the 3D, like humaning everything. It's really the fusion of high performance and the oracle that I've been called to steward, and I gave it the name New Earth Elite because it's a cut above the rest. And yeah, it's top down leadership, and I'm obsessed with it.
That's so powerful and something that is so much needed, right? Because you either have the people that are spiritual or the people that are the elites and are leading our world, right? And it's like more of the spiritual people need to have that power in order to make an impact in the world.
Mhm. Well, and they do have that power. It's, do you leverage it? Do you wield it? Do you train for it? Do you hold it? Um, because something that dark forces does historically better than people who are here to steward the light of limitless abundance, potential, possibility, love, harmony, bliss on our planet is they hold power and they use it with precision to advance their agenda. And so, New Earth Elite, it's really not about hierarchy, it is about ascension. It is about knowing like there are choices that are better than other choices. Like, everyone knows drinking a big glass of water is healthier than a big glass of vodka, right? That's obviously
Right.
a
Uh-huh.
choice, and this level of standards and discipline and excellence is something that I'm bringing to these ancient codes. It's the oracle and high performance. It's not that people are don't have the power, it's that they reject their power, they disown their own power, they pretend they're not powerful, let alone, mastering the skill sets to make that power useful. So it really is a reclamation. And yeah, it's just, I've seen so much, and it's the golden thread that I've seen through all my clients, the people I serve, what I see, the gap that we are filling is bringing this fusion together.
And for listeners that might not be familiar with the term New Earth, how would you describe this whole New Earth movement?
Yeah, I love this question because it's kind of becoming like a nervous system. Like, everybody's talking about it and nobody actually, like, very rare does someone actually understand what it is and what it means and how to create with it effectively. New Earth is kind of becoming that same thing. So, what New Earth really is, it's a return to the ancient codes of harmony, of unconditional love, of freedom. There's this yogic saying, Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. May my thoughts, my words, my actions directly contribute to that happiness and freedom. So it's bringing these ancient codes back to the forefront. We're birthing a new paradigm. Like, imagine heaven on earth. Like, we are, not only is that possible, that is our divine assignment to bring back to the earth. Like, all of our souls made a promise, and we're like, hey, we're going to see you on earth at this time, 2,000 years after Yeshua incarnated for the next golden era. And there's going to be a lot of darkness exposed, and that's actually the green light for we're bringing new earth. So new earth is actually ancient earth, and it's becoming a bridge and mastering that mystical skill set of what it means to manifest with precision from the ancient codes. What, like, when I say ancient codes, what does that mean? Like, the roots of all major religion before the human bastardization of the divine, basically. Um, Eating from the land, right relationship with the land, loving our Mother Earth, loving our bodies, using our bodies as portals to manifest, worshiping the feminine, worshiping the masculine, like divination. Mary Magdalene, she studied in mystery schools, Isis, mystery schools. All of our ascended masters, they were mastering skill sets. They were in training. And so none of this new earth is possible without the training and the resurgence of this divine mastery, because saying affirmations is not a skill set, healing is not a skill set, being worthy is not a skill set. All of that stuff is the first step. However, if you're meant to be new earth elite, that's not enough for you. So we're taking it to another notch. um so bringing it back, new earth is just bringing back right relationship with our home planet, with our souls, with our bodies, with the divine, to live in harmony. Like, many of your listeners, and you might resonate with this, like, perhaps you lived in Lemuria, perhaps you lived in Atlantis, like all of these previous civilizations. We're encountering the same choice points in this lifetime, where are we going to self-destruct? Are we going to have another fall? Or are we going to choose the light? Are we going to choose love? Are we going to choose the organic timeline and have AI and the robots work for us this time for love? Or are we going to allow ourselves to get hijacked again and become power hungry and move from fear? Like, all of this is new earth, and I'm an astrologer. That's part of my medicine. It's written in the stars. It's
Yeah. I
there's
definitely like I feel that. I feel that this mission is like so big and so important in this world right now, with people waking up and leading the world in a different place. I know that we've been lost for a really long time with the patriarchy, with a lot of aggression. And when you talked about the new earth and bringing in more compassion, bringing in more soul, like I felt like it's that reemergence of the feminine and coming into harmony, as you said. And you do work with astrology, which I'm super excited to get your take on this. Like, where do you see this movement going in the next years?
well, it's a huge crucial time leading toward 2027 specifically. And that's why, to be quite honest, I have a lot of rage come up when people say it's not the right time or it's not the divine timing. I'm like, you don't understand divine timing. Like, something that happens that, first of all, we could all drop dead today. So might as well fully live now. Something that people get to be aware of is that the sacred sciences have been hijacked. 99% of people you see posting about astrology on Instagram are not in tune with the ancient codes. They're talking about horoscopes. It's all like, it's very cheapened. When you get to the ancient roots, you will see, okay, Uranus just re-entered Taurus retrograde, okay? It's the final iteration of a lesson we've been in since 2018. The shattering and destabilization of all structures of stability, food, financial, wealth, the body, okay? Like, we've got to be looking at the bigger arcs of astrology. Pluto just entered Aquarius. Um, and a lot of people think, okay, well, this is the age of Aquarius. It's actually not. We won't see the age of Aquarius in our lifetime. Our souls chose the bloody birthing process. We're in the bloody birth,
Uh-huh.
and our kids and their kids and their kids, which are the golden
Mm.
children, something that I support a lot of my clients with is getting pregnant naturally from the ancient codes. Like, struggling with IVF for years and years and years, and then we get in mentorship and they're feeding their bodies correctly for them. They're leveraging the astrology. They're living their soul purpose, and then they get pregnant naturally. When we talk about Uranus and Taurus, Uranus rules food, but it's like if people just knew how to feed their bodies instead of poisoning them all day, most
And
fertility
we are
would
so
be
we are so lost in that, right? Like people are so accustomed to eating things that harm them that it becomes their baseline, becomes normal. They don't even feel the negative effects.
right, and the quickest way to sabotage your third eye and your intuition is to eat poorly because
Mm.
it's normalized self-harm and you're literally disassociating. Um, so with the astrology, there's just so much, and Pluto in Aquarius is a 20-year transit of ultimate power. Pluto rules death and rebirth and power, and it's Aquarius is innovation, it's thought leadership. It is very Atlantean. We are going to use AI. However, are we going to use AI or is AI going to use us? Dark Force
Ooh.
uses AI all day, every day. And then people, this is why I feel so called for New Earth Elite because it's calling all of these heart centered beings to a higher game. Like, it's not a flex to do the bare minimum. It's not a flex to be in your soft CEO era when you're not making money. Like, that's not a flex. It's actually like disrespectful to your soul and to the divine and to the astrology right now, which is saying batter up. It's time to step into your ultimate power. It's time to claim your power. And, you know, politics is a distraction. All of these things happening on our planet, they're real, but also they're a distraction. Like the one thing to be concerned with is, am I connected to the light of the creator or not? Am I connected and leveraging divine timing or not? Am I self actualizing? Am I living my potential? Am I going to the root cause for long term blessing or am I choosing instant gratification? Um, all of this is like the bedrock, and there's a deep potency and intimacy that most people never get to that I want to start right there. um
Huh? So starting right there, like
mm,
what are some things that you might say to the viewers who maybe haven't seen that for themselves yet to really spark that in them?
how many times a day do you do things that you don't even respect?
Mm.
How many times a day do you break your own word? How many times a day do you disrespect creator when no one sees? This is why you don't trust yourself. This is why you don't have the results you want. This is why. And it's a deep process of truly unhooking from the bullshit that most people tolerate and most people live from. And it's not from a place of self-hatred or anything like that. It's actually love. It's actually self-love. Like what does it mean to cherish yourself? What does it mean to be thankful for the one life you've got to live? It's this deep, deep, deep alchemical cellular DNA alignment. And it's very clear. You're either doing it or you're not. It's extremely simple, and like I said, 99.9% of people will not go to this. But those are some simple questions to ask. And what I've seen, I've been a high performance coach for 15 years. I've been deep in shamanism and spiritual mentorship for the past 5 years. It always, 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 always comes down to there's a core soul fracture where someone is not living in a way that they even respect. Like they're not living their values. They say they have values, but really they're aspirations. They're things they hope to have, they're things they wish to have. Um, at the end of the day, they're not actual lived.
Mm. And so for someone that maybe has aspirations, how would they differentiate that from values? Like maybe they're not aware that their aspirations are values. How would you coach them through that?
If you want to know what your real values are, look at your calendar and your bank account. If you're not spending time and money and energy on it consistently, it's not a value. It's an aspiration. It's something you wish, it's something you hope, it's not something you are.
That really lands because what are people most spending time on nowadays? It's so often media, like social media or getting lost in the online world. And also this element of investing your money. It's like finding even the little things that we do every day, like the place where we decide to buy clothes, the grocery where we buy our food. Each one of those is a micro choice. Are you going to support the organic farmer in your community, or are you going to support big agro? Are you going to subscribe to fast fashion and create more trash in the world, or really invest in sustainable brands that invest their profits back into good causes?
Yeah, and I think there's 2 ways to look at it. Your life is comprised of the micro moments. Like, a lot of people think that it comes from, oh, these big sweeping grand gestures. No, it comes from the quiet moments no one sees. You know who sees though? Creator. And if you say, I'm here for a big mission, but then creator sees that you don't even know how to traverse a moment, with yourself in the kitchen where you decide, hey, I'm not going to eat that because it makes me feel bad. Or if you just keep eating the thing that makes you feel bad over and over because you don't have command of your own self, um, why would creator trust you with your dream? Why would creator send you that? Like there's a spiritual earning process, just like when you're dating someone, like you're not there's like a process of like, hey, did they earn the right to be in my energy? Do they earn the right to be like all of that is true with the divine. What you brought forward with investing, it's like it's good to think about, hey, I'm like the way I'm circulating activates this thing I believe in the culture, right? However, what's more important is what am I investing in me? Like I get organic because I love myself, not because I love the farmer. Like, do I love the farmer? Yeah. However, this is what
Mhm.
is that's actually the challenge is that people are constantly thinking about things outside themselves when you've got to master the inner world first. If you have heaven on earth within your body and yourself, then you will automatically be circulating for heaven on earth around you. It's got to start with you, though.
Wow, thank you for bringing in that missing link because there is that exchange. Like when you do purchase that thing, like say this fruit, there is that maybe like for me it feels like natural because I'm already connected to my body. I'm I love and respect myself, there's like this feeling that I get that, I'm treating myself to this, and there's this like energetic exchange. But I'm glad you mentioned that because like some people really do think in that way. It's like, oh, they're doing it in a logical way rather than doing it in like an energetic and like an embodied experience.
Mm. Yeah, and
And
go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna ask you about like your experience with spirituality and your path. I know you mentioned you had like a death experience that really affected you, so I would really love to hear more about what got you here.
My goodness. It's honestly like every single day I'm on the path. Um, the biggest thing that happened was when I was 16, I was in a car accident and I went into the white light. Statistically, I should not be here. And I had my life review and I had insane regret. I really,
Wow, I got chills.
yeah,
What regret like
I
did you
hadn't done
feel?
anything. I hadn't done my soul mission. I was drinking myself silly as a teenager. And I mean, full disclosure, I kept doing that for 10 years after that because I didn't know how to handle my own shamanic powers. And I got the opportunity to come back in this lifetime, and there's no way I'm squandering this. And so this is, I mentioned rage earlier today, briefly, but this is something that I if there's one thing you take away from this conversation, I want you to remember that you're gonna fucking die. People talk about all these tragedies or horrible things happening, and it's like, you know what the greatest tragedy I see is people dying with regret, dying and having a life never fully lived.
Yeah, most people go through their life avoiding the topic of death, but it's one of the most powerful things that you can put into perspective. It's like imagine writing your eulogy. Who were you and what did you do?
People don't realize what the pain of being in a life review and knowing you didn't give it your all and seeing all the times that you chose fear instead of love, all the times you chose instant gratification instead of the long-term blessings, all the times you said, "Oh, I don't have the money," or "I don't have this," and you're just saying all these excuses when it's all just bullshit because you're terrified to be amazing in a mediocre world. You are not gonna give a fuck about any of the things that you're making matter right now. You're only going to care about, did I choose the light? And if you're listening to this episode, you are wired for greatness. You're wired for greatness. And here's the thing, you've probably done a bunch of shit most people will never do. That does not mean it's your best. Something that a lot of my clients we work through is like, they're going through the motions and no one knows because they're already so good. It's like, yeah, cool. You did this and you did that. And when you compare it to mediocre people, you're thriving. But deep down, you're actually depressed because you know you haven't even touched 1 ounce of your potential yet. Like, these are the conversations I want to be having. Like, and I'm just seeing you nod your head. It's like, when you get to a certain level, no one will know. And even previous mentors, they won't know because you're not here.
Right. And it's like it's like if you're not growing, you're dying, right? Like if
Ah,
you're not constantly learning,
mhm.
this is what you're here on earth to learn, to grow, to contribute. And when it starts to be stagnant, like it's as if you're already dead.
Yeah, for real. So, and I have a new like I think fire in my belly, I would say, because my grandpa just passed. He went out like such a baller. First of all, he was my best friend for like one of my like soulmates and loves of my life this lifetime. Just amazing. And he transitioned when the veil was thin during Samhain, like all of that. I'm just like, you're just so epic. Like, how did you plan this? But I got the opportunity to be in his transition team, and I went to his bedside, and I was like his shaman and helping his soul go from this life to the other side. And now we have this like amazing code together, and we're like starting this new relationship in the spirit realm. However, I have a new, like, I guess, reminder about that, like, we are gonna die, and it's just really important. Like, you mentioned technology and media. It's like the average person scrolls for 2 hours a day. No one can tell me that they don't have time to build a dream. When you do the math it adds up to 3 months of 8-hour work weeks per year.
Wow.
So my clients, the first thing we do is we do a digital life audit, and I just hold them to a higher game. Like, I've done a digital detox every weekend for 7 years. It's my secret weapon to longevity. This is what I mean by elite. Most people won't make that choice. Everybody knows it would be helpful. Everybody knows. But this is what I'm talking about, that soul fracture. It's like, how many times a day do you do stuff that you don't even respect?
Right. I resonate with that so much. Like I do a digital detox once in a while. Um, I I want to be doing every week. I need to take that from you.
Oh, yeah, we'll
But whenever I do,
I'm a little evangelical about digital detox.
me too, me too. Even though like I don't do it every week, like the way it impacts me is so significant, and you realize how many hours you really do have in a day, and you realize all of those like micro moments where your brain is like wanting to reach for technology, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, it's something I also feel that too when like my dad, I see him being like really consumed by the media world and like the shorts and whatever. And I've been trying to encourage him to do the digital detox, like even with me. But it's something that he's always like, oh, next month or next week, and da, 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 and he's never done it. So a lot of people, know that it's good for them, but just will not do it. They don't have that willpower.
Well, and I wanna say something about willpower. It's it's just a choice. It's just excuses. I'm one thing people can count on me for is truth. It's all just bullshit. It's all an excuse. You're just unwilling to feel the discomfort of being in your own presence. And you are unwilling to make other people uncomfortable. It's the same thing with food. This is why I used to eat family recipes at the holidays that made me sick. Just to people please my mom and not make her uncomfortable. And the moment I knew I actually loved myself was when I stopped eating those recipes. I made everybody deeply uncomfortable. They still tease me. However, I'm not sick. I'm happy. I'm healthy. And it's actually deepened our relationship because now my mom says, "Hey, what kind of food can you eat?" Like, I'll either bring my own, and she knows it doesn't mean anything about our relationship. It just means I'm doing what's correct for me, but none of it comes down to willpower. It's not it's do you choose the light or not? Like, it's very, very simple. And that's why this is New Earth Elite, because it's elite choices. It's an elite level of living. And you know, I do this with myself every day. Like, I have areas of growth, like we all do. It's especially, we cannot underestimate the gravitational pull of mediocrity and conformity. I guarantee that's probably why your dad doesn't do it. Because first of all, he doesn't want to feel the discomfort of being in his own energy, with his own thoughts, with his own all of that. And second of all, he doesn't want to make other people uncomfortable. Because who am I when I'm not the person who answers everybody else's false emergency? Or who am I when I don't respond right away? Who am I when I don't participate in the rat race? Who am I when I have a higher standard than most people? Like, when it comes
Right.
to it, most people are not willing to be that person, and that's why I say I work with unicorns. I work with the elite because I've just realized how rare it is for someone to actually do this. And to everyone listening, if you're listening to this, this means you're meant to live this way. The question is, are you?
Right. Yeah. And I think with my dad, there's also like this element of addiction. And I feel that some people are more susceptible to addiction and like compulsions. And at the root of it, it is choice. It is making those choices. But mm, I do feel that it is oftentimes linked with something much deeper. So you mentioned like who am I like when I'm not responding to everyone, but like sometimes like there's maybe even like trauma or subconscious things like deeply rooted that the person like they might not even be able to do it logically with their logical mind and might need like a more energetic support, which I believe like personally like whatever you truly desire, whatever you truly want, you can achieve it.
Well, the thing is we do need other people. I've had one-on-one coaches, teachers, and mentors and healers since I was 5 years old. My
Wow.
first career was in classical music. I started competing n ac I take that back, 4 years old. I started competing in classical music when I was 5. I started lessons when I was 4. I've never done it by myself. It's, you that's taking the long way. That's not New Earth. New Earth is built on, mentorship, teaching, the easiest person to lie to is yourself. That's why I'll always have a mentor until I die. I'll always have healers, and when it comes to the nervous system, my modality I invented, it really gets to the root of it, where we do a total nervous system reset, so then your cells and your DNA stop blocking you from the decisions you want to be making. Because your conscious mind controls 5% of your decisions. If you don't get deep into the bedrock of your nervous system, it's literally impossible for you to live your potential. And it's not my opinion, it's data, it's science, it's numbers. So,
Yep, I've seen that.
I mean, the energetic is physical and the physical is energetic. It's all the same thing.
I would love to get your insights. You say that nervous system regulation, it's making people stuck. So I would love to get your insight on how your modality is different than what most people are doing in a nervous system world.
Yeah, so remember when I shared that the sacred sciences are being hijacked? Breathwork and the nervous system is a huge one. So you are not here to be regulated, you're here to be liberated. All of this regulation is actually a dark force distraction where you oppress yourself under the guise of healing. And you're just spinning on the surface, you're never getting to the root. Why? Because you're settling for the scraps of, "Oh, I'm not in fight or flight." You're celebrating mediocrity. No, you're meant to go to the root of it for lasting liberation. People are focused on how do I get out of this panic response rather than how am I getting to the root.
I'm feeling like that temporary medicine to make the pain go away
Mhm.
compared with actually looking at the root and curing the thing that is wrong, like curing the ailment.
Yeah, well, it's not even medicine, it's a band-aid. It's a distraction so
Mhm.
you keep looping. Why? Because you're easily manipulated that way. You're disconnected from your power. Your nervous system is carrying out the opposite of what's going to give you freedom, bliss, abundance, all these things. My modality, it's a deep nervous system reset where you open your own Pandora's box on your terms rewiring the DNA from the root. I hold the space. I do it with leveraging the astrology. It's called Cosmic Cellular Breathwork. It's similar to, like, if you've ever sit with ayahuasca. However, you're in control. With ayahuasca, it's like, okay, I drank and now I can't undrink, she's going to have her way with me. This is, first of all, it's legal, it's sustainable. You can do it every single day and it's fully empowered. You have the gas pedal and the brake. However, you've got to be with the correct facilitator, because what I see time and time again is that a bunch of people are just doing this work. They don't know how to hold people's trauma, and then people get re traumatized, and then they have more pain, and then they fear breath work. They fear the very thing that is here to liberate them, just like money, right? It's the same consciousness of, like, money's the root of all evil, but just put on some of the most powerful healing modalities. Why? To keep you oppressed. So you've just got to be way more discerning, and there's just, like, so much about New Earth and all of these topics. Like, we could have like a 10-hour conversation. Um,
Mhm.
Biggest thing is, like, for the love of God, stop regulating yourself. You're not here to be regulated. Actually, what's the most regulating thing you would do is to lose fucking control and let your magic spill all over life. We need more people actually liberated, going wild, going free. The
Right.
regulating thing you can do is make a lot of money. You know who's telling you to regulate yourself?
Mhm.
Broke healers.
Yeah, and I could see that too. Like, when you liberate yourself, you're actually in harmony with who you are and your place in the world. It's like you don't need to contain or restrict some
Mm.
sort of your experience in order to appear stable or to be like okay in this given moment. It's like actually coming alive. Like anything else is just oppression.
Yeah, and this is definitely a red pill, blue pill situation. It's like, once you listen to this episode, I'll say it, you can't unknow this. You're either going to move forward with the red pill, or you're going to decide that you're going to live a blue pill mediocre life. Like, what are you going to choose? And I'm team red pill, man. We're out here making our own economy. We're living dreams. We're really building a world we're proud of. Like, this is what you're here for. So I think, like, the amount of fucks I've given, like, they're just more and more fucks keep leaving my body, because I'm like, it's it's too important. Your destiny's way too important to allow this bullshit to just run rampant. We gotta tighten up. We gotta lock arms and just move forward.
Mhm. Yeah. Did you go to Living Brave Live?
I did not. I was just getting back from Europe.
Mama Gina on stage, like just seeing someone completely in her power, in her purpose, and fully liberated, it like really inspired all of the women in the audience. And that is kind of what I see for myself is like as I keep getting older, like I just keep getting more and more liberated and giving less fucks, right? Like actually saying what I want to do, my vision is much more important than like my appearance. And actually the fact that I have this mindset, it's like Mama Gina. It's like that actually awakens other people and they enter on your energy too. So the fact that you are becoming more liberated, it's impacting the people around you as well because they're like, "Oh wow, I am just like a square." And this person is out here like just like having an amazing time. She's so happy, she's so embodied, she's living her purpose. I think I might be like a cranky ass bitch.
Well, and it's like, and I love how you're laughing, because it's like, yes, we're talking about death and all these things, but, like, this is all a hologram. It's all a game. Like, we can be less, it can be fun. It's supposed to be fun. Like, we can have this levity. And by the way, I'm going to be liberating myself my entire life. Like, I'm not sitting on a mountain like I'm holier than thou and like I have everything perfect. The reason I have so much to share is because I use so many tools, you know? Um it's it's just like I don't know. There's no other way. And you'll whether you feel this now or you'll get to this point if you're listening, my prayer is that you get to a point where you physically can no longer do things you don't believe in.
Mhm. The absolute meter of inner truth, the the knowing, the actual knowing of what that it is that you need to do and that is good for you and not outsourcing it to like books and people. Um, yeah, I feel like I was really interested in health at the beginning of like my journey. And I read all these different books by all these different authors, like the blood type diet, this like one doctor diet and thing. And I kept having like symptoms with my digestion. And it was like a journey. And I did work with a coach, but eventually like when I reconnected with my health, with my body, it's like none of those books were what I needed because I am not something that can be contained in a book and explained in a book. I am beyond that. I Each one of us is unique, right? So it's really like a journey of self-discovery and like once you connect with that inner truth, you can't unsee it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This whole conversation is people pretend that they didn't see it. And then they wonder why they get cancer. And it's like cancer comes because people live a lie. Cancer comes because people live a lie and you have all these dreams and desires within you, but you push it down, and so your whole body becomes this kinked hose. The energy's not moving. Dis-ease. It means lack of ease in the body, lack of flow. Like this is really like yes, there are fear physical things that happen, but it's the physical is a manifestation of the spiritual. Like even something like someone asked me once about like, well, what about something like if you get mold poisoning? And I'm like, yeah, if you were really unshakably not just listening, but living. It's one thing to receive your intuition, it's another thing to obey it relentlessly. If you were listening to your intuition, you would have gotten all of those signals that you never should have moved into that house that had mold in it.
Mhm.
Where did you
So
open
true.
your intuition? Where have you been disassociated? Like, and people don't want to hear this. People don't want to hear this, especially with brain health, with like dementia or autism or things like that. But it's all linked to sugar. It's all linked to the gut. It's like, again, with this, people pretend they didn't see it. It's
Mhm.
it's wildly confronting, but it's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's so simple, it's annoying.
Uh-huh. It is. It is. I absolutely agree with that. It's
Well,
all
and
it's so simple. It comes down to choice, like a simple choice of something that you already know.
yeah, one of the mantras I say, again, it's so simple, but it's like if you lived this, everything in your life would change. Here it is. I know what to do and I do it. Boom. That's it.
Oh, if you live this, everything in your life would change. Everyone needs to note this down.
Yeah, I know what to do and I do it. You literally already know. Are you doing it? And then the question becomes, now what? If you just live all your days and you're just like all day, you're talking to Creator and you're like, okay, now what? Okay, great. I do that. Now what? Okay, great. I do that. People hire me for business and it's like, yeah, I can give you a business plan. We can create millions of dollars. this is the unicorn way though. It's extremely intuitive. Like it actually requires less structure than you realize. It requires more trust and more unshakable connection with this like squeaky clean energy.
Mhm. And this is a powerful lead into how can listeners connect with you and how I'm going to place all the links in in the show notes.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would love to show for you to share like more about your offerings and the way that you serve your clients.
Yeah, well, first, listen to my podcast, A Better World with Adrienne. I do drops on that every week. I love it. And what I'm focusing on moving forward is just I have a Dior mystery school for spiritual royalty. So that's for you if you want to go deep with me in 2026. We're doing all of this training work together. We have 4 quadrants: healthy, wealthy, happy, free. Um, I have a couple spots for one-on-one luxury mentorship, and I'm known for my New Earth activation retreats around the globe. So I have Paris Magdalena happening in February, and then I have an Atlantis one in Greece later in the year. But the best way is just to reach out to me. You can shoot me an email. You can message me on Instagram and say, "Hey, I want to work with you." Um, and let's connect because especially 2026 is huge, because we're going into a major shift in the frequency and energetic makeup of the quantum field on Earth happening in 2027. So, yeah, I'm just like shouting from the rooftops for the souls that I'm meant to serve and just like imagine having me in your pocket every day. Like my clients do insane things because I'm insane. And I don't believe in limits, you know. And
Mhm.
there's a toolkit and an ecosystem and a modality to back it up, right? It's just amazing and I'm grateful. So yeah, reach out and let's make magic.
It's so powerful, and that sounds amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions and the invitation and just like I do feel bare, you know. I love that because this it really is stripping away. It's like what is the root? What this to me this is what it means to be spiritually naked and spiritually intimate. Like this like root moment within ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it is everything that we went through. It's like, what do we need to strip away that's not serving us, that's harming us, that's not our mission? And then bringing that light of awareness and acting on it. So I think here we need to have very aware and like action, especially for 2026.
Yes. So thank you for creating the stage for this transmission.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much, Adrienne. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the Bear and Aware podcast.